Hello, I want to enlighten you about so-called Buddhism. Now, why do I say Buddhism or Buddhism with H mark? Because it's not really what it claims to be. Because the term Buddha means enlightened one. He was not enlightened. He was a liar and he was a fraud, and I will prove it using his own standard. I will place his book of lies. I will play his teachings with his own sword. And he was not always wrong. Broken clock can be right sometimes. But let's see. Now, under this video, Rude Buddha, under this comment by Gautama, I said, once upon a time, there was a guy who claimed to be wise. And he said to desire non-desire. And this contradiction was so stupid, it was considered ethereal wisdom. So, the teaching of this guy is that the reason that we suffer is because we desire things and we do not have them. So, as long as you don't have the fulfillment of desire, you cannot be happy. Not 100%. And that is true. You cannot be happy if you are unsatisfied. But then his so-called solution to the problem is a problem. Is a problem because it isn't a solution, it is an impossibility. It is impossible to be free from suffering by not having desire, because desire is inevitable. One way or another, you're going to desire. Look at Gautama, the so-called Buddha. He sat under a tree. If a dog went to the tree and pissed on the tree and made the place stink, would he like it? No, of course not. His clothes were not dirty. He practiced hygiene, right? He believed in hygiene. Buddhists take showers, right? So he did continue desires, which means that the risk of suffering continued. Maybe the dog sitting there would have ruined his desire, messed with his desire to have hygiene, to have good hygiene. So he risked suffering, which means he was not liberated from suffering. That's impossible. He did not free himself. He was not enlightened. He was not free from suffering because the risk was still there. Therefore, he was not enlightened. That is false advertising. He was a liar. And people, millions of people, are his followers. They're Buddhists because they're gullible and their family told them to be Buddhist, so they are. They don't think for themselves. It's the Asian herd mentality. The Asians have it too, but Asians have it stronger. It is in their tradition to be more collective, everyone is. Now, I live in a Buddhist country, so it is dangerous for me to criticize the satanic religion, but my God requires that I do so. I've actually done it already on Facebook, where many people in this country are virtual friends with me. In other words, one time we link up and never again talk. That's how it is on Facebook. But they know who I am, they know where I live, and they can kill me. But I have to take the risk. And so, actually, I married a Buddhist woman in Cambodia, a Khmer woman, a native of this land. She is an atheist, so many Buddhists are atheists. And she always lies, and still lies. But my daughter will not be a Buddhist, as far as I'm concerned. I refuse to let her be indoctrinated by that satanic religion that teaches people to be ingrate to God, ingrate to the Creator. Why? Because the Gautama, the Buddha, so-called, he taught people not to care about God, at least by his own example of not caring about God. He would focus only on himself and ego and other egos. So he claimed to be against ego, but he was only about himself. He didn't care about God. He's selfish. That's narcissism. That's ingratitude. And ingratitude is evil. It is atheistic. Evil. He was, Gautama, the so-called Buddha, was an ingrate. He was like a brat saying, hey guys, forget about your father. Don't listen to him. Follow me. He was an evil ingrate. And he tried to get people to rebel against God, to abandon God, and to focus only on themselves, and their pseudo-wisdom, the false wisdom. Now, many Buddhists they always say the same shit when you criticize their religion. They'll say, you don't understand our religion. They're lying. I do understand. Enough. Do I understand? No, as an analogy. Do all Buddhists need to read the Quran to know that Islam is wrong? Can you answer this question? No, you text me this. Because if you say yes, they need to, well, you just criticize all of your brethren, because, or almost all, because they haven't read the Quran. If they reject Islam, and you say that's justified. You have no problem with that. But if you say no, they need to read the Quran. But if you say that there's no problem, then you're a hypocrite because you have double standards. So you need to be fully aware of all of the teachings explicitly of Islam in order to reject it. And then I would have to read all the scriptures, many, many scriptures in so-called Buddhism to reject it. No, I don't need to. Just one fatal flaw is enough for me to reject Buddhism. And I've found that flaw. Desire, non-desire. The contradiction, the impossibility that not even Buddha could practice. He never practiced his own teaching. He was a fraud. He was a liar. He was an ingrate to God. He taught people to be evil ingrates just like him. So, before I continue, look at my videos on Hinduism. Hold on. Actually, before that, I did a video, Proof the Bible is the Truth, Prophetic Power and Rivals. This proves that Christianity is right. Not the Catholicism that you think is Christianity, not the Protestantism you think is Christianity. Those are heretics. It's not real Christianity. This video proves it right. By the prophecy, the prediction, that Europe would conquer the entire world using steel and would become divided empires based on Roman civilization. The details are given. It is not a vague prophecy. It was not going to be fulfilled eventually. It was going to be fulfilled only if it were the truth. And that proves that Jesus is God. It proves the Bible right. It proves the Old Testament right, which prophesies the Messiah Jesus. Anyway, and here I prove that there is God, at least one. 5 different ways to prove God right here. You can check that out. Now, let me cover the origin of Buddhism, which is Hinduism. India's polytheism, India's religion of devils like Kali, who has a belt of skulls, that's the origin of Buddhism. Satanic shit. And now some Buddhists believe in God, some don't. You know, there's Theravada and there's Mahayana. I think the Mahayana have God to it. And some of them look demonic and are demons, really. And you can see them in some animes like Yu Yu Hakusho. Japan got influenced by that. So, Hinduism, I already did videos proving that wrong. And when the roots of the Buddhist tree are corrupt, that means the entire tree is corrupt. Gautama is corrupt. Now you're going to say, you're a hypocrite because Jesus has roots of Judaism and he rejects Judaism. Actually, no. He said he did not reject Judaism. You're confusing Judaism with Talmudism. What I call modern Judaism is really Talmudism, where they have man-made traditions that nullify the Word of God. Like Pharisees made up rules that they said were from God, but they're not. Well, Judaism, the Old Testament Judaism, that is accepted by Jews. Jews never rejected it. He said, I did not come to abolish the law, but to fulfill it. So no, I'm not a hypocrite. The Old Testament is good, but so is the New. And the New is in the Old Testament, but I'm not going to get into that right now. Now, so the corrupt roots of Buddhism, I already proved are corrupt. In this video, one Christian technique every Hindu in the room. I did more videos, such as, hold up, Hindu contradicts Hinduism, part 1 and part 2. Hindu says I'm racist against blue God, you can't make this stuff up. How to paralyze a Hindu, ask them this crap question. And Hindu wants me beheaded because I prove his religion is evil. So the origin of Buddhism is evil, which I proved in these videos, so much so that they want to kill me for it. Hindus want to murder me because I say the truth about their evil, satanic, low-caste, depressing religion. And I'm sure there will be Buddhists who want to murder me. Myanmar murders Muslims, the Rohingya.
Oh my God. Who filmed this?
তারপরে ইনতি নমরদুন দর্জন গরগলাই রেগ গুরিয়ে গরফুরা দিবিলি মানুষ দলা করি আর উড়া দে ফেলে দেবা আগে কল আর মা বলে না আর বাবা আর কানে কুলালে উড়া দে আর আই সকে দেখি দি ওদা গুরা বলে আর Gura fuan le ara haram na de mala jete mar kulo tule le ara so ke dikki do ino hode tula hadara ra hedar khana man no de bada ye bada tula ra re hede mari holo.
Since the violence broke out, the government has imposed a near media blackout.
2014, Gautama, Sri Lanka. Buddhist mobs go on a deadly rampage through Muslim neighborhoods. They ransack dozens of homes and shops across the tourist resort. 3 Muslim men are killed. 16 are seriously injured in the 2 nights of violence. 1,000 Muslims are displaced by the riots. The then Justice Minister, Rauf Hakim, accuses his own government of failing to protect Muslims. Jananasara Farah. The firebrand monk heads the Bodu Bala Sena, or Buddhist Power Force, an ultra-nationalist Sinhalese outfit.
I was just explaining the esophagus. Don't burn me alive, bro. But you vegans value your one human life more than millions and billions of innocent microscopic animal lives. I originally laughed out loud, right now I'm tired. So you see, vegans don't really care about animals unless they're cute. Hypocrisy. But they would argue microbes don't have feelings. How would you know? They would say no nerves, no feelings. But I respond with projection. Just because you need nerves to have feelings doesn't mean all other possible creatures do. Just because it's the norm doesn't mean there's no exception. That is projection. That is a fallacy. You are illogical. And failure to think outside the box. What if they can have feelings without nerves? It was slideshow before. Well, that's too bad for you guys, you vegans, because I'm about to prove that in the following 2 videos that microbes don't want to die. So this is proof. Hold up. White blood cells. This will show you that bacteria identify white blood cells as their enemies, which is why they attack.
Hi, this is Dr. O'Reilly with another plaque sample showing an unusual situation here with white blood cells in this sample. And that tells me that this white blood cell is starting to deteriorate and die. The reason why is that this cell is lined, as I'm pointing out with the arrow here, is lined with bacteria.
Their enemy, when the enemy, the white blood cell, chases the bacteria, proving that the bacteria does not want to die. I'm not making this up. Science proves you wrong, vegans. Stop denying science, vegans. Look, it keeps going away and away and away.
It doesn't want to die, it has feelings.